because that's all it is. It's a sin that you keep falling into. I'm sorry. That's all it is, babe. It's not your identity. It's not who you are. You were not born this way. Why is being gay wrong? Why is same sex marriage wrong? Why is the whole LGBTQ community wrong? Why is it sinful in the eyes of God, right? Why? Right? Why can't we just do whatever we want, basically, right? Why? Well, I'm gonna flat out and say the most obvious thing, which is the bigger picture here. If everybody was gay, if everybody was LGBTQ, right? Who would repopulate the earth? Oh, wait. Who would repopulate the earth? For one, okay, so that's why it's wrong for one reason. For two, it goes against basic biology, which is why normally in gay couples, there's always one that's more feminine and one that's more masculine, because the reality is two masculine figures can't be in a relationship. Two feminine figures can't be in a relationship. That's why one always has to be more masculine and one has to be more feminine, because like that's just how life works. That's just how God created it to be. Masculine goes with feminine, feminine goes with masculine. Like, period. I don't understand why we're trying to go against that. Like, thirdly, as a secondly already, right? Thirdly, a lot of people like to say that they were just born this way, and God made them this way as a way to justify their sin. Well, babies are born lying. Okay, lots of babies fake cry just to act like something is wrong when really all they want is attention, or like, you know what I mean? Like, everyone is born into sin. We are inherently broken. The second Adam and Eve sinned, I actually have to do my research on that, but I heard that from somewhere and it just made perfect sense to me. It clicked right when I heard this. Right when Adam and Eve sinned, it caused humanity to be fundamentally broken. And since we all came from Adam and Eve, we all are inherently broken and prone to sin because they sinned in the garden. With that being said, everyone is born with a certain sin that, amongst all their other sins, is like the main one, right? And for gay people, that's your main sin that you deal with. For some other people, it's lust that is the main sin that they gotta tackle, and then like all the other sins is like easy to like tackle, but like that's like the main one they struggle with. For others, it's lying. Like, it's like if you're like a hardcore manipulator and you're trying to give your life to Christ, you're gonna have to learn how to stop lying. Like, everyone has a core sin that they deal with, and just because your core sin is being attracted to the same sex, that doesn't mean you were born that way. That, like, no, you just have a sin that you keep falling into, that you're weak to, and that you need the strength and the love and the mercy and the grace of God to be able to overcome, because you're just, when it comes to that one sin, you're just weak to it. You just can't help yourself. And like I said, that's different for everybody. But for the LGBTQ people specifically, it's being attracted to the same sex. That's the sin that you're weak to. And that's where you need, that's the area where you need God the most, because only with God can he help you overcome it. Period. Or else you're just going to keep falling into it every single time. But just because you keep falling into it every single time doesn't mean that's your identity. Like, bro, that doesn't mean that's who you are now. Like, dude, you could be what you like, or your bedroom tendencies or whatever has nothing to do with your personality, has nothing to do with your character, has nothing to do with who you are on the inside as a person, as a soul. Like, who you're attracted to has nothing to do with that. And y'all are trying to make it have something to do with that. Like, y'all are literally blowing it out of proportion and making it your whole life. Like you're making it the only thing about you. Like, if I were to go on a date with like a not even a date, but let's, because like they're gay, so they're not gonna be into me, so I can't go on a date with a gay guy. But let's say I were to go on like a friendship date with a gay guy, right? Like we're just hanging out, right? What else do you have to talk about other than you being gay? Like, are you into music? Are you passionate about the piano? Are you passionate about this? What about your character? Do you believe in abortion? Do you believe in, um, pro-choice? Do you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the substance? Where's the person? Like, all you are is just a rainbow flag and makeup and all this extra unnecessary trigger words like LGBTQ and cis and like woke and like just all these different trans, like all these different like titles for what? Like, okay, who are you though? Like, what about your actual person? Like, you're just, at this point, you're just lost into a freaking category. Is that all you are, babe? A box? A category? A title? A name? No, you're not. You're not. I really, suggest that all LGBTQ people find out who they are past that and cling on more to that than their sexual identity, and turn to God to help them overcome that sin, because that's all it is. It's a sin that you keep falling into. I'm sorry. That's all it is, babe. It's not your identity. It's not who you are. You were not born this way. And again, even if you were born that way, which you weren't born, you weren't born that way. But let's say you were, right? That's we are all born broken, and that is just where you're broken at. Like, that is your area of expertise. I should really say for the devil. Like, that's like the devil's playground in your life, for you specifically, if that makes sense. There is an order to things, whether you believe in God or not, but I do. So I'm going to bring God into it because he exists. You don't need to believe in him for him to be real. But God aside, just for the sake of whoever is watching this video that is like, oh no, she's making it religious, so I'm just gonna chop it up to she's religious, so I don't have to like take in anything she said, even though she's right. I'm just gonna chop it up to she's religious. No, babe. No, babe. Even in science, clearly explains, clearly proves that there is an objective order to things. There's an order to the universe, to how things are in the universe and how things work in the universe. What was that book called? The 12 Laws of the Universe, was it? I think it was just the 12 Laws of the Universe. I think it's just the 12 Laws of the Universe. Am I wrong? I could be wrong. But it's the law of relativity. There's the law of, look up that book, Google that book, and it literally explains to you and shows you like, okay, there's an order to things. Like there's a specific way that the universe and therefore life works. Okay, it's not just you could do whatever you want. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if we do not follow the order, like, this is the reality, babes. If we do not follow the order of how things work, then you're going to see mass destruction. You're going to see the very existence of human beings just obliterated. Like, we're going to just create our own extinction, literally. Like, because we're going against the order of things. Like, and this, I'm not going to bring that into this video because this is specifically just about LGBTQ. LGBTQ is one example of how nobody is paying attention to the bigger picture. Nobody's thinking ahead. Everybody is like extremely sucked into like into individualism, and it's just extremely selfish because they're not seeing or thinking about how their choices and their actions, they're not caring to think about how is it affecting everyone else around me, everyone else in the world, the future, how is it affecting the future generations? What does this mean for literal human existence? They're not thinking outside of themselves. And that is the problem. That is why it's so obvious to me and some other people, but not to other people, because they only could see, they can't see past their own life. They can't see past their own problems. They can't see past their own benefits. Like, and you don't live in a world by yourself. You live in a world with other people. So just living for having everyone live for themselves when you live in a world full of other people, we're really gonna see the results of that unravel in the next couple of years. This extreme selfishness and this extreme individualism. And you know what? It's gonna be one crazy ass world, but you know what I'm saying? Like, who cares, right? As long as you're good, right? Like that's how people think. Like, who cares? I'm happy. Like, and that is the problem right there. So with that being said, I think the main that is the main problem, but the main factor to that, to the huge individualism and the huge selfishness, the main factor to that that's causing that is the over importance on emotionalism. I made that word up. Emotions. The main importance on emotions. People are prioritizing their feelings over the objective truth, over facts, over objective reality, and over the objective order of things. People are prioritizing feelings over that. And what that results in, is there being absolutely no adults in the world. We have big babies, no adults, because everyone is stomping their feet and pouting like a freaking kid whenever they don't get their way. Whenever majority of people don't agree with them. When somebody like me comes on here and is trying to explain to you like, hey, look, there's a reason why we're saying you can't do this. We're not just trying to be B word, I don't cuss, but we're not just trying to be like all B wordy, female doggy, if you know what a female dog is, if you catch my drift. We're not trying to be all rude and stuff. Like, we're explaining to you this is wrong, and we're explaining it to you with such passion and such conviction, because we see the bigger picture that you don't care to see, because you are so in your feelings. And you only care about just yourself and you living your life. You don't care about the bigger picture. And we do. And so we're trying to freaking explain to you, like, bro, put your feelings aside and look and listen to what we're trying to tell you. Like, and it's like y'all are incapable of doing that. Obviously, if you're like in a sin and you're like living your life, your best life in a sin, and somebody comes and tells you like, hey, you can't do that, do this because of these reasons, obviously you're gonna feel sad about that. But that doesn't mean you completely ignore the facts that they're presenting to you as to why you can't do it, and you don't even care to consider it at all. Like, that is giving 2-year-old. Like, that is giving toddler, I'm pouting, kicking my feet. Like, I don't, blocking my ears, don't care to listen. Okay. Like, it's like just big adults. I mean, just big babies. Like, just adult babies, adult children. And that is like the main cause of the individualism and the selfishness. It's that nobody wants to grow up. Nobody wants to grow up. Like, people in government that is fully aware of this and would rather y'all stay in y'all feelings than look at the facts, because then it allows them to do whatever they want, because no one is keeping them in check. No one even cares about the truth. Everyone just cares about themselves. So imagine how easy it is for me to control you. Like, crazy. 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 Well, folks, you heard it here. This is why being gay is wrong. Same sex marriage is a sin, and the whole LGBTQ community is false. It's wrong. It's bad, and it's not to make you feel bad. There's like an objective truth to this, an objective reality to this, an objective reason as to why it's not a good idea, as to why that's something we shouldn't do. You see what I'm saying? And one thing that I want to address is people, because I've heard so many gay people be like, oh, there's animals that's gay. First of all, animals have sex with the same gender only if the opposite gender is not around. And not all animals do that, but some animals will have sex with their same gender if the opposite gender is not around. Mostly the male genders. And that's because they have a drive to fuck, but there's no female around. So obviously they're going to do that. The difference between a damn animal and a human, though, is that humans have rational thought. Animals, they don't have rational thought at all. They feel an impulse to fuck. There's no female I need to stop cussing. I'm sorry. They feel an impulse to have sex. They have no coochie to have sex with, so they're just gonna have sex with whatever is there. It's the same thing as a dog humping your leg. They just feel the need to hump, so they're humping something. Like, you're gonna compare that to a rational human being that knows exactly what they're doing when they're doing it? No. Get out my face. Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.